So, what's our real relationship with AI going to be? I mean, is it a tool? Is it a partner? Or is it, a replacement? It's probably one of the biggest questions of our time. And today, we're going to dig into a really powerful way to think about it. AI is just unbelievably fast. I mean, think about it. It can take some massive, time-sucking task and just plow through 90% of it in a matter of seconds. 90%. All that long, tedious, repetitive stuff, just gone. It feels like absolute magic. But what about that last little bit that's left over? Well, because that final 10%, what people call the last mile, that's where everything gets tricky. It's where all the nuance, the context, and the really high-stakes decisions live. And if an AI gets that part wrong, with no human watching over it, the results can be, well, pretty disastrous. This is the heart of the last mile problem. Okay, so how do we solve this thing? We can start with a better way of thinking about it, a better metaphor. So let's stop thinking of AI as just a simple tool. Instead, let's picture it as an autopilot and imagine yourself as the human pilot sitting right there in the cockpit. When you look at it this way, the roles become super clear, right? The autopilot, that's our AI, it is perfect for that long, stable cruise. It can handle all the repetitive calculations and just keep things steady without even breaking a sweat. But the pilot, that's you are absolutely essential for the most critical parts. The takeoff, the landing, and of course, navigating any unexpected turbulence. The AI does the heavy lifting, sure, but the human provides the crucial judgment. This kind of partnership actually has an official name, Human in the Loop, or HITL. It's a model where human interaction isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a core part of how the whole system works. The human pilot is always there, ready to guide, to correct, and ultimately to teach the autopilot how to get better. So, how does that training actually happen? How do we, as the pilots, make our AI co-pilots smarter and more reliable over time? Well, it all comes down to a really simple feedback loop. The fancy technical term for it is RLHF, which stands for Reinforcement Learning from Human Feedback. Yeah, I know, it sounds like a real mouthful, but the idea behind it is something we all get, intuitively. This really says it all. The best way to think about it is like this. You're not writing the essay from scratch anymore. The AI produces the first draft, and then you step in as the teacher. You grade its work, you give it feedback, and you show it exactly how to do better next time. And this creates this really powerful cycle. First, the AI suggests something. Second, you, the human pilot, you evaluate it. You give it a thumbs up, a thumbs down, maybe suggest a little course correction. Third, the system actually learns from that feedback. It adjusts its own internal logic. And finally, it gets better. With every single cycle, the AI becomes a smarter, more capable partner for you. Now, this brings us to what might be the most critical piece of this entire puzzle, because there are moments when human judgment isn't just helpful, it is absolutely 100% non-negotiable. Let's go back to the cockpit for a second. Would you ever, in a million years, let an autopilot handle a landing in the middle of a bad storm, or a takeoff with a crazy crosswind? Of course not. You need a human pilot for that. Someone who can navigate the turbulence, handle emergencies, and use a kind of situational awareness that a machine just doesn't have. These are the moments that define the line between success and total disaster. And that, right there, is how we conquer the last mile problem. That dangerous final 10% isn't solved by a faster algorithm. It's won by the steady hand and the sound judgment of a human pilot who knows exactly when it's time to take the controls. So what does this all mean for our jobs, for our future? Well, if you look at it through this lens, it's not about being replaced at all. It's about being promoted. Just let that sink in for a second. We aren't being made obsolete by the machine. We're being elevated above the machine. We are moving from doing the tedious work ourselves to directing the work that gets done. And look at how our roles could evolve. The content creator, they become an AI editor, guiding and refining what the machine generates to make sure the tone is perfect and the facts are checked. The data analyst becomes an AI manager, setting the high-level strategy for the models. And the coder becomes an AI systems director, designing the entire framework. See the pattern? In every case, the job shifts from execution to strategy, from doing to directing. Look, the technology is already here. Your new AI co-pilot is sitting in the cockpit ready for the long cruise. It's ready to do all the heavy lifting for you. So the only real question left is, are you ready to take the controls?